afternoon, everybody. I hope you're well. It's a really nice sunny day, which makes a nice change, and it's even a little bit warmer today than usual, which is really nice for me because I am cold all the time at the moment. I had a really good productive day yesterday getting all of those catch-up videos done, but I realised that there's still a couple more things that I want to cover. So at some point in the hopefully not too distant future, there'll be another extra catch-up video or two going on. One of them is going to be all of the urology investigations and the results of all of those that have happened over the course of 2018 for me. And then, as a bit of a frivolous thing, I'd really like to show you guys my new flat. I remember back in August 2017, briefly talking about the fact that I was in the process of buying a flat and that it was going to be completely renovated because it was in a really terrible state when I bought it. It didn't even have central heating, all the electrics needed redoing, all the walls needed redoing. The only thing that's original in here are the windows, I think. So you can imagine just there's a lot of work that's been done on it. And I think I have some still digital photos somewhere that mean that I can do it before and after. So you can see what it was like before all of the work started. I think I've got a few from during the work as well. So you can see some of the chaos that was going on. And it was going on while I was really poorly as well. So it was not the best timing in the world. After I came out of hospital in 2017, I didn't go back to working full time. So I had somehow to juggle working 50% of my regular hours and paying rent and mortgage, as well as dealing with project managing a build. I like to take on lots of things that are, I don't know where my limits are. I'm really bad at finding the line where it's too much and not going past that. But everything got done and I moved in November 2017 and I absolutely love it here. I'd like to do a video at some point actually and talk about my current situation in terms of work and benefits and what it might mean for the future actually, because my mortgage fixed rate will end at some point in the future, not too distant now unfortunately, and obviously now that I am not working, there's going to be some difficulty about how we deal with that, but that's something that I'm going to save for another video. That's not for today. Today I'm just going to tell you quickly that I am seeing Professor Aziz tomorrow, which I am quite nervous about. I know I mentioned in my gastro catch-up that I've got a friend coming with me to help advocate for me because my Asperger's means that I just kind of shut down sometimes and can't process things or talk. So that's going to be really useful. And I've also spent the morning kind of thinking to put into really proper words what my current problems are and where I feel like I'm at in terms of symptoms and so on. And just write some notes down. So this is the result of my morning's work. 2 sides of A4. There's a little bit still extra to go on there. But what I think I'm going to do is type it up, print out a couple of copies and take them with me. And then I can leave one with Prof. The times that I've done this in the past, I like that I have something that puts across the situation in my words from my perspective and that isn't their interpretation of what my situation is, so that it can be as clear as possible for any kind of treatment or anything like that that might need to happen. It also means that I can keep a copy and I can remember what I told them about how I'm doing as well. There's a couple of things that I'm quite worried about in terms of what might happen during the appointment. I mentioned in the gastro catch-up video that when I saw him back in October, he requested copies of the tests that UCL did in 2017. Now, those tests that he's requested, we haven't really kind of got into any treatment for the things that they were investigating yet. And I'm kind of worried that one of 2 potentially negative things might happen. The first one being that he might just treat me based off of those test results, which are now coming up very rapidly to 2 years old. And potentially my situation could have changed quite a bit since then. I don't think for the better. You never know, it's possible. I suspect that it's likely that things have got worse to some degree or another. So that's one possibility, and that means that I might get not entirely accurate treatment, which isn't the end of the world. Some treatment is probably still better than none, but of course it would be nice to make it as effective as possible. The second option of things, the way that things might go, that I'm a bit concerned about, is that he might say that because it's been so long since those tests were done, he wants to redo them himself, and that he wants to wait for the results of those before he treats me. Which means, of course, then that I am going to have to wait however many more weeks for those tests to be done, and then however many further weeks after those tests to get an appointment to go and see him and follow up on it, and then plot a course of treatment based on what they reveal. And it's been long enough without treatment as it is, so I'm quite concerned about going any additional length extra time without something happening. As it is, I've been without nutritional support of any kind since the end of August 2017. And as far as I think about the situation, personally, I don't think that's okay. I don't think it's okay that the doctors have basically just left me starving for a year and a half. I mean, my hair's falling out, my skin is terrible, my nails are peeling and flaking, I'm bony, and sitting on hard things is really painful for me. I'm cold all the time, my Raynaud's is going crazy, my pulse is going crazy, I can't drink enough, I can't get enough salt. Everything, it feels like, kind of hinges on getting better nutritional support. And it's not just about calories, it's about all of the micronutrients and minerals and vitamins and all of that kind of stuff as well, because that's the stuff that will help stop my hair falling out or whatever, or possibly even help me have better mental health. My mental health over the last couple of years has been pretty bad anyway, as you can probably appreciate, given that I've been dealing with a divorce and a house move and losing a job and then having to find another one very, very quickly, getting all kinds of extra sick in a very short space of time. No wonder my mental health has gone a little bit kind of haywire. But even regarding that haywire, kind of it went extra haywire last November-ish. And I wouldn't be at all surprised if part of it is related to whatever nutritional deficiencies I am experiencing at the moment, because your brain is a powerful thing and it needs an awful lot of energy and I'm sure nutrients of various kinds to function properly. As it is, I'm just feeling really lucky that these are, so far, the worst of the nutritional deficiencies that I am at least aware that I'm experiencing. But nonetheless, that doesn't mean that it's okay to leave me starving, fundamentally starving. If they try and tell me that I'm going to see a dietitian and talk about what I'm eating and try me on some kind of shake or something, I am going to scream, because I have done this so many times now. I know I'm vegetarian for the most of the time. I know how to eat healthily. I eat really healthily. I eat make all of my own food from scratch. I love to cook. I'm really sad that I can't cook as much as I want anymore. This is one of the things that gastroparesis takes away from you that you don't really think about at the time. You know, it's not just the ability to eat itself. It's cooking, and sharing a meal with people as well, because so much of our social connection is food is ingrained in it. You know, celebrations, there's cakes, or big families sit down for a big meal together and talk about all kinds of things, and food is an integral part of our bonding. And when you have gastroparesis and you can't eat and you're feeling sick, you kind of have two options, really. One is not to go and miss out on the experience completely, which sucks. The second option, which also kind of really sucks, is to go and try and eat as much as you can and have to watch all of these people freely, without even realizing how lucky they are, consume all this food that you are missing and longing for, and fundamentally at that very moment in time kind of being tortured by. And that's pretty darn miserable as well. So it reaches much further into your life than just the sort of technical medical stuff, if you get what I mean. So I think I might have a bit of a fight on my hands tomorrow in terms of insisting on some kind of enteral support, be that NJ or PEG or J-tube or whatever. I mean, I really hope that they don't want to put me on TPN, because that's a bit drastic, and I don't think I'm there yet in terms of how bad my health is. At least I really hope not. But there needs to be something, and there needs to be something now. And I'm so glad that I have my friend coming with me to help me with this fight, because I am terrified of the concept of walking away from tomorrow without something in place. Because when I came away from the appointment in October, Prof told me that I'd be discussed at MDT within 2 weeks. That's the multidisciplinary meeting where all of the different departments, when you have a complex patient, someone who's got more than just one kind of area of medical stuff wrong with them. So I've got gastroenterology, I've got urology, you know, all these kind of different area parts of the body. When someone starts getting that complicated, then they have meetings about those patients every so often to discuss them and kind of try and make sure that the treatment is as cohesive as possible. So at the end of October's appointment, Prof said that I would be discussed at MDT, and that he would talk to nutrition at MDT in terms of starting the ball rolling or trying to put something in place for me. And of course, I've heard nothing about this since then, and the people I've spoken to in the hospital since then who've looked on my patient records can't see either any notes from MDT, so I don't even know if I was discussed, or any kind of referral to nutrition or dietitians or anything like that. There's nothing there at all. I sort of feel like maybe because I'm more or less stable weight at the moment, maybe that's why they're not kind of jumping on this and acting quickly, which is bull, you know what, because my BMI is like 3 points under the underweight threshold. So the NICE guidelines and their MUST criteria, all of them say that I should have intervention and support, and should have had it at the point that I did below 18.5. And I'm at 15 low point now. And I've had a fight over the last year to stop it from going under 15. It went from 15.8 or 6 down to 15.2 at one point. It's up to about 15.3 at the moment. It's still not great. That's still low enough that something should be done. But I feel like, you know, how sick do I have to get? Do I have to actually just be losing so much weight you can literally see it falling off me? I hope not. So anyway, I'm going to type up these notes in a bit, and I'm going to print a copy out for myself. I'm going to print a couple of copies to take with me so that my friend has one, so that I have one, and so that I can leave one with Prof, so that I can feel confident that my situation, as far as I feel it is, has been conveyed as accurately as possible. One of the problems I experienced with UCLH was that the letters I would get writing up appointments that I would have, things would just be so inaccurate. And of course, the letters come through so much after the appointment that you kind of, there's no way of getting it altered and updated retrospectively. So now I'm really extra concerned to make sure that things just are accurate now, right from when they need to be, and hopefully will continue to stay that way. So yeah, that's my afternoon for today. I hope you are all really well, and I will probably post another video tomorrow. And if not, I've got a colorectal appointment on Friday, which I will talk about either tomorrow or Friday. So that's all for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and please share my videos with anyone else. Feel free to hit me up with any comments or questions or anything you want to ask me, and I will see you soon. Bye!